Good morning, students. Next will be continue the session. So in the last session we discussed the force between the charges completely, the gap between the charges completely filled with the dielectric medium and partially filled with the dielectric medium. What is the force acting between them? So we discussed. Next will be go for the next objective cases. Here, if you take a triangle like this and whose side length is A. So equilateral triangle we took here. The three corners, like at three corners we are locating the what charges. Then what is the force experienced by the charge present at any one corner? Now we'll take these are the points 1, 2 and 3. Now we can focus at any one of the corner. Let us suppose what is the force experienced by the charge located at what corner 1 will be taken. Now we can understand the charge q which is present at 1 will be experienced by the force due to charge which is present at position 2 as well as the force experienced by it due to the charge present at 3. Now we can continue this here. This at a charge present at position 3 will be exert a repulsive force over it. So away from it, the repulsive force is we can take it as a F3, which is present charge at point 1. Similarly, here at position 2, charge Q will also exert a repulsive force over this charge. So that repulsive force is away from it. This is F2. So F3 is the force exerted by the charge present at position 3 and F2 is the repulsive force exerted on charge at position 1 by charge at position 2. Now this is an equilateral triangle, means we know this is angle is 60 degrees. So here angle is 60 degrees and here F2 and as well as F3 both are having the same magnitude. You can understand charges, product of charges same, and as well as even the distance is also be same. Then we can say here 1 upon, and they located in vacuum only, 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught into q, that is q square by distance between them is a square. So these two forces are what magnitude wise they are same, and angle between these two forces is these are alternate angles, so it is 60 degrees, and two forces and angle between them is 60 degrees. Then what about the resultant forces? By using this parallelogram, then this is parallelogram if we constructed, and this will be F2 and F3. Then diagonal, this diagonal will gives the resultant. This diagonal will gives the F resultant. So the resultant force, you can take this as F. So ref resultant is nothing but under root of here angle between the forces 60 degrees, and F2 F3 both are same. So F2 square plus F3 square plus parallelogram law vectors we are using. So F3 cos 60 degrees, and these two are equal in magnitude, and F2 F3 equal to F. Then if you substituted that, Fr under equal to F square plus F square plus 2 F square cos 60 is 1 by 2. Then it is Fr equal to root 3 F square, that is root 3 F. So the resultant force is nothing but Fr is equals to, we can write as a root 3 times the force exerted by 1 over the other, that is 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught into q square by a square. This is the thing. If any one of the corner equal charges are present at the three corners, at any corner, what is the resultant force is that is root 3 times the or force between any two charges adjacent sides. So similarly, you can go for the next example, that if the charge is located at center of the triangle, if the charge is located at center of the triangle, so let us see here, if a charge capital Q, because we taken the charges at 1 2 3 as a small q, here a charge, different charge capital Q is placed at the center, then force experienced by it. Now you can take the same scenario here also. The thing is, here we are not concentrating in any one of the corner, we are concentrating about the at center. Now the each side length is a. Now at centroid we are locating the charge capital Q, and here at three corners we are located the charge small q. Then what will happen here? These three charges will exert force over the charge located at the centroid. Let we are taken as this is position 1, 2, 3 points. Now these charges located at these corners will exert a repulsive force over the charge located at the centroid. Let Q1, the charge located at 1 will exert force of repulsion, that is on the centroid charge F1. In the same way, the charge which is located at here at 2, position 2 will exert a force of repulsion, that is away from it F2. The charge located at 3 will exert force of repulsion, that is F3. Now if you observe it, these three F1, F2, F3 are repulsive forces exerted by the charges which are present at the corners on the centroid charge. And you may understand that here the distances are the distance from the centroid from the vertex is nothing but the side length a by root 3. So all these are, centroid is equal distance from all the vertices, then we can say the centroid to vertex distance is a by root 3, and Q1 is Q, Q2 is capital Q. The same thing will be there with all these three charges. Then you can understand the forces F1, F2, F3 all are equal. Why? Because product of charges is same, and as well as distances is also be same, and they are present in the same medium. So then we can write that F1 equal to F2 equal to F3, magnitude wise only we are taking, okay? So directions wise they are different. So magnitude wise 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught into Q1 Q2. What is Q1 Q2 here? In all these cases, Q1 is the charge located at the vertex, Q2 is the charge located at the centroid, that is capital Q into small q by, what is the distance here? A by root 3 whole square, that is a square by 3. So now you can write this as a 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught into capital Q small q by a square. And one thing you have to understand, these are the magnitude of the forces. Then you may observe these two. This is I'm drawing here. These are the forces are acting. What? F1, F2, F3, and all these are equal in magnitude. And all these are angles are 120 degrees. Now, if two vectors are equal and angle between the vectors are 120, then resultant is equal to the same vector. Means the resultant, if you taken of these two, the resultant of F2 and F3 is nothing but F only, and its direction is this is the resultant of what? F2 3, that is nothing but resultant of F2 and F3 is along this, and that is equivalent to the same vector. So this point is important. This is in vectors, it will come if two vectors of equal magnitude is there, the angle between them is 120 degrees, resultant is the same vector. I am writing here, if two vectors of same magnitude and angle is 120 degrees, same magnitude 120 degrees is resultant is equal to same vector. Means what you are taking the two vectors, resultant is also the same vector provided angle is 120 and both are having the same magnitude. That is the thing we are taken here. Angle is 120, the both are same. Now these two vector resultant is F in this direction and F1 is along the downward direction. Then you have observed two forces equal in magnitude, opposite in direction. So these two forces equal in magnitude, opposite in direction means what will happen? These two will be gets nullified. Then resultant force Fr is becomes what? Resultant force Fr is becomes 0. Then you understand that whatever the charge, see, equal magnitude of charges in the objectives, you can simply do this kind of problems. One thing you can remember it here, plus q, equal magnitude, even the magnitude as well as polarity wise equal charges are present, because even one charge is minus sign means this result will not come. So equal charges and the magnitude wise and polarity wise are present at the centroid. Whatever charge you place it, that is plus q or minus q or whatever, plus 4q or 3q, whatever the charge you locate at the centroid, the charge located at the centroid does not experience any force due to these charges located at the vertices. Remember, any charge here, whatever the charges, equal charges are present at the corners of a triangle, then whatever the charge, different charge if you locate at the centroid, that centroid charge does not experience a force because the net force is 0. Directly you can say the net force acting is 0, provided you have to observe all these charges should be same, or else it will be different. Now we can say one example here. If one of the charges I make it different, means just polarity, if I change it, we won't be get a result 0. So we can go for that example. If one of the charge is negative, one of the charge is negative, we are taking, see here, the three charges we took, but in these three charges earlier I taken all the three charges are same polarity, same magnitude. Now one of the charge I am making negative, so let us take this is I am taking the position to negative. Now if I take this as a negative, what will happen here? That what was the thing at centroid, if I place q, as we discussed in the last case, if these are all are equal, then the net force acting on the centroid is 0. But now in this case the net force acting on the this charge is not 0. Why? Because these are not our equal charges. Let us take this example how we can solve this one. Now this is positive and this is positive, so there is a force of repulsion between these two. See, these are the side lengths are same, we are maintaining. F1, the force acting by the charge located at the 1 is F1, it is away from it, and this is also equal polarity, so that's why this is also will exert repulsive force, that is F3. But this charge located at 2 is not the same sign, means opposite charges, means opposite in polarity. So opposite in polarity means what will happen? This will not be repel, it will be attracted. Instead of repulsion, it will be attracted. So attract means it should be towards the charge. That's why this charge is towards it. This charge is nothing but force is F2. Then you may understand this. These two forces, angle This angle is how much here? 120 degrees, because all these 120, 120 and 120 degrees it will makes. Now this is 120 degrees. Now this is the thing, I can draw this spot here, then you may understand. Here the force F1 acting vertically downwards, and this is the force is F3, and towards this side, and angle between them is 120, and towards this side what is there? Force F2 is there. Now we can say here directions was changed, means only the F2, F1, F3 was originally directions same, but only F2 actually this side is there if it is positive charge, but it is reversed. And you can understand that these two magnitudes will not be same, only it will be repeat. Why? Because distances is not changed, a by root 3, a by root 3 and a by root 3 between the charges and the centroid, and only the thing is here direction of force F2 alone changed. So magnitude of these forces you can write F1 same as F2, that is F3 is nothing but same capital Q and small q, 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught into Q1, Q2 are, one is capital Q, another one is a small q in all the three cases. By distance is a by root 3 whole square, means so a square by 3. So a square by 3, or else you can take a by root 3 whole square. Then it is F1, F2, F3 is nothing but 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught into what here 3, it is comes to numerator capital Q into small q by a square. Now again I am repeating the point here. F1, F3 they are equal vectors, and F2 also be same. These two equal vectors, and the angle between the vectors is 120 degrees. This angle is 120. We discussed if two vectors are there, then if you may make a parallelogram, if two vectors are there, if the two vectors are equal in magnitude and angle between is 120, resultant is along the diagonal, and the resultant is of equal to the same vector. So F1 as well as F2, F3 resultant is also equal to the same vector. So then these two resultant is along F2. Already F2 one force, F1 resultant of these two is F another force. These two forces are acting along the same direction. If these two forces acting along that same direction, means you can understand F resultant is nothing but F2 plus resultant of 1 and 3, that is F13, and these two are same, that is F plus F here. So then we can take it that is 2F. 2F in the sense that is 2 into, we can write 2 into here already F in the sense 3 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught into capital Q small q by a square. Then here then you can understand. So 6 here 2 times, so 3 by 2 pi epsilon naught into capital Q small q by a square. So this is the result you can understand when the charges are what if the one of the charge is taken negative. If all the charges are same, then resultant at the resultant force acting at the centroid is 0, or else you will get, if any one of the charge polarity is different, means you will get the this one is result. So this is the one case in the what triangle situation, and we can go for the next one what square cases. And I am telling you here two vectors are there. That's my point I am mentioning, two vectors equal magnitude, and that is I am giving the case here. If parallelogramal vector resultant is equals to what we have formula p square plus q square plus 2pq cos theta. I am telling you if p and q are equal, and angle theta is 120 degrees. Then resultant equal to also this vector, any one of the vector, that is either p or q. Resultant equal to the same vector I am telling. So we can say, just you substitute in place of p square, in place of q also p square, plus in place of p also p, if you sub p square cos 120 is minus 1 by 2. Then it is what happens here, minus p square plus p square cancelled, so you get yes like this, p square plus p square minus p square. Therefore resultant is nothing but p only. So that's why I'm telling you this point. This point you have to be remember in many cases. You should be follow this rule. If two equal vectors are there, angle between them is 120. Resultant is equal to the same vector. So that time we won't be follow all these thing because of the time consumption. It will be there. Directly we will take the resultant is equal to the same vector. This point you remember it. Next session we will go for the what the square case. One thing I can tell you, we'll be discuss the objective points like this, and I will go the problems, some exercises, numericals also will be solve it. Don't worry about it, and slowly you follow it. And if you doubt is there, you can send us, and you make in contact. You get in contact with us, and we'll be clear all the doubts for you. And even some practice questions will be sent through WhatsApp, and those questions you have to solve. And if you're not able to solve those, again in one session will be clear all those things. From beginning onwards you should be aware of the objective pattern, and you have to practice that, because without objective concepts, again what happens here is from beginning onwards, if it is not aware of that, and again after board if you go for that, again it is becomes clumsy for you. So slowly you learn the concepts, and revise the vectors concept once in the first year. So those rules you practice it once, then you come and solve these videos you will see, and solve the numericals what we sent for the through WhatsApp, and practice that. Doubts are there, will be again solve it. Don't worry. Okay, take care.